hit that little bell to be notified about all things vinyl. Isn't that a wonder? Shaming vinyl collectors. Let's talk about it.
Vinyl guru, vinyl guru. Vinyl guru.
Okay, well, let's talk about it. Shaming vinyl collectors. I mean, what is that all about? Especially in the year 2020, amidst all the COVID wildness and everybody kind of struggling to find out where their next paycheck is coming from. That is the last thing that a person needs. Being shamed for finding a good deal don't make sense to me, honey. Darlings, people are getting smarter with their money, and as they should. I never ever knock a good deal down. I have zero guilt about people that want to find a good deal and try to hunt down those good deals. If somebody wants to buy affordable records to be able to funnel other records that they have in mind, because let's be honest, this is quite the infectious disease, this record hobby collection. They call it a hobby, but it's really a lifestyle that's hard to knock off, isn't it? So if somebody wants to find other ways to actually be able to funnel it in while feeding other mouths, while keeping a family afloat, you know, but while also being able to funnel in that pleasurable hobby that actually brings them solace from all the hard work and hard days and nights, and they want that one thing to keep them afloat and sane, and that can still keep them not in the negative, honey, all the power to you. I love it. Go for it. Unfortunately, a lot of people can't afford the luxury that is the vinyl crusade. So this is so the wrong way to approach it whenever there are deals or anything like that, and people are like, you going after the, please, don't do it. You don't know people's circumstances. You don't know people's situations. Not everybody can afford the $50 record all the time. It's just not for everybody. There are different class levels, different social statuses, you know, and it's not just for the privileged, dear. And by the way, supporting a deal here and there is not really going to kill indie business. I mean, look, I spend a lot of money at my locals, but how I allocate it here and there, that's not going to really change the fact that I will continue to be doing it at my locals. You know what I mean? So let's look at the positives here, because there are positives to this. There are positives to those very good sales. And I'll tell you why. You know, those $15 Walmart sales can enter in people that are not really that much vinyl people. They enter them into our world now. You're reeling them in. You're slowly giving them the breadcrumbs that they need, that you will lead them to the grand prize, to the ultimate infection, to the end goal of them converting to vinyl lovers. This is one way to get them in the door, to show them that it doesn't always have to be so expensive, dear. Which is the main reason, one of the main reasons why a lot of people don't get into the lifestyle. I don't like calling it a hobby. That pisses me off. It's a lifestyle. And if you live your life in style, then you know how to live your life. But this lifestyle takes adjusting to. It takes understanding. It takes a labor of love. It takes lubing into. If somebody goes into it thinking, oh my gosh, is every record going to cost me $30-40? They're not going to get into it. If you give them the opportunity like this to be able to get good records for $15, they might slowly warm up to the idea of getting into it more, especially when staring at that record when they walk by their living room every day. It's in their head now. It's in their mind, it's in their head, and it's potentially going in their ears once a week at least. So I always see it as a good thing whenever those sales come, because I'm like, more unsuspecting victims to come our way, darling. Yes. you have to think about the social classes too, you know, from broke teenagers to new struggling parents. The whole spectrum is there. So why limit the broadened range of the potential? Why? There's more than just the people, the few 3, 4 stereotypes that you see at the record store. There are more than just that. There are more faces than that. And I want those to be visible, you know? I want them to be more open-minded to it, you know? This is for that person who has always been curious about vinyl, but it's thought, screw it, it's too expensive. No, honey. You can now swim in the bank without breaking your bank. And you know what? This is great for indie stores. And you know why this is great for indie stores eventually? Because they will go from a casual listener to a die-hard vinyl crusader. Yeah, and they will go from, you know, not shopping at those major places to just entering into a casual record store, their local record store. They will start to do that once they've been bit by the bug. But darling, if they've just started, do not push them away. Do not push them away. I'm just saying. This actually translates great for the local stores. Believe it or not, I know you might not see it as such. But just wait. Give it a couple of months and you will see them walking into those doors, and that just might surprise you, darling. Because baby, let's keep it real. Not everybody is privileged. Not everybody has disposable money. So a lot of people live paycheck to paycheck, car payments, utilities, rent, mortgage, phone bills. I mean, it's just endless. Insurance, health insurance. Honey, the list is endless. And by the time that month is done, it's all rinse and repeat again. So people have very little money to play with. You know, it's not, I mean, not everybody has disposable income, my dear. Keep this in mind when you start judging people for how they choose to spend their money, darlings. I'm just throwing it out there. Why can't we live together? Do you understand me? I'm the vinyl hippie. Yes. All right. So what did we learn here as a recap? A, vinyl is a privilege. And it's a privilege like a lot of things, darling. Like video games, movies, all these other art forms. You know? So even though it might not necessarily be needed, a necessity, may not necessarily be a necessity for survival, to live and to survive without it is unnecessary, right? Rule of thumb. Bam. B, everybody has a different story. Everybody listens to music for different reasons, different feelings, different financial backgrounds. Some people listen to music because they're overworked and underpaid and want to run from the stress of their day-to-day. Some people want to listen to music because of the heartbreak they recently had. Everybody has a different story. And they need the Cure music for that. So don't judge a book by its cover. Unless the album cover is really killer, then if so, buy it. Yeah. And see it as an opportunity. See it as a wonderful opportunity to enlighten somebody into your world, honey. Think of it as a delightful little nugget of joy for you to be able to not feel alone as much because you've got numbers. You've got people with you in spades, and you no longer are the freak in the room. Not that there's a bad thing about it anyway, but I'm just saying there's something beautiful about being able to share the love of music, especially. I mean, look at it like this, okay? Think of it like like, you know, when you go to a restaurant and there's somebody handing out samples of what the restaurant food might be like inside, you know, here, try out our whatever, you know what I mean? And course, all these people are rushing in to get the free samples. It's like Costco, honey. Everybody runs to that lady when the food is done. You know what I mean? So you go there and you check it out. Now, sometimes it might not be your thing, but sometimes it is. And when it is, and when it's that damn good, what do, honey? You open that fridge and you put that thing in your cart. It's very similar to this exact example, this exact experience. Letting in somebody because it's such a good deal they cannot refuse might lead a couple of people on to becoming addicts into our cause. And I see that as a absolute toot and not a boot. Anyway, y'all get me. So, if you enjoyed what you seen, if you agreed with what I'm saying, if you didn't agree, hell, talk to us, honey. We love a good debate. I'm a very open-minded soul, and I hope that you could be too. This is the whole point of this video for me, to open people's hearts and enlighten them in the idea of keeping an open mind with people that are entering our world. You know, it's not easy for everybody, and just have an open mind, damn it. Anyway, I hope you liked that video. And if you want to win any vinyl from yours truly, go to my Instagram. Follow the Instagram. I do monthly giveaways. Sometimes I might do them even more frequently, maybe twice a month. And it's all thanks to the Patreons. Patreon, thank you. And the Patreons in it, thank you. You're able to fund the giveaways that I'm about to give to you guys, just giving back to the community, you know, giving back to the people who enjoy what I do. I'm enjoying what you know, it's all an appreciation, okay? It's a shared love. We're swapping spit via vinyl, okay? So I hope you appreciate it as I appreciate you, my dear, and as always, toodaloo, honey. Toodaloo, baby, yes. Yes! That was a good one. That felt heartfelt. That pulled my heartstrings, honey. Yes.